All right, everybody, welcome to game number 13 here at the 2026 Contenders Cup, live from the NITEC Sports Complex in North Richland Hills, Texas. This is the final game of day 2 of Contenders Cup. This is going to be consolation bracket action between the Capital City Crushers All-Stars and Atlanta Roller Derby's Rumblebees. I am P. Armageddon.
I am Payne Goodall. Sorry, I have my microphone on top of my head. That doesn't quite work.
That's not the.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. All right, yeah, I'm Payne Goodall. It has been a fantastic day of roller derby. So many close games, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what we're about to see, we already talked about how we're going to see Capital City and Atlanta's Rumblebees. So I'll go ahead and introduce one of the teams to you.
Go ahead and take the Capital City Crushers.
Yeah. All right, so for Capital City Crushers, they are going to be in the black uniforms this game. We have 0, Gusia, 1, 2, 3, 3, Scarlet Oscaria, 1, 3, 3, 7, Luna Shovegood, 1, 6, 4, Misbehavin', 1, 7, Little Dipper, 2, 3, Psycho Susie, 2, 4, 5, Boobs, 2, 4, 7, Hopeless, 5, 0, 5, Honey Basher, 5, 5, BB Bombshell, 57, Honey Badger, 6401, Bipolar Roller, 82, Tie-Dye Pixie, 919, Solarity, 97, Pikachu Punch You.
And Atlanta Roller Derby Rumblebees in the white jerseys with red and blue trim. Starting off at number 011, Boba Threat. Number 10, Emma Dupain. 107 is Blitz. 1102, Scarlet Fatale. 111, your captain, Mac Attack. 123, Pixie Stick. 1312, Leftist Chainsaw Massacre. 137 is Foxy. 14, Gorticia Adams. 2 is Square Ruthless. 2209, Cerebellum. 505, Jock Holiday. 613 is Eleanor Roosevelt. 7 is Toe Furious. And 913 is Murderous Ms. Meisel.
Fantastic, and we can't have a game without our amazing officials. So listed for this game, we have Barnes and Chernobyl, Snapschmear, Night Trotter, Mingus, Helixer, Doll, Slamsa Stark, Ursula, Spunky Brewster, and Nomad.
We do not have our skating officials listed on our roster here, but well, we can kind of sum up. I see Colonel Angus out there, James Bondage, Doom. I believe, I'm trying to see if I can find any other ones offhand that I can recognize from our vantage point. If we get those, we'll call them out to you to recognize our skating officials. But we are lined up to go here to see. Again, it's a consolation bracket game. Both of these two teams lost their opening game in the first round yesterday. So they're playing in the consolation bracket action here today. And I believe this will be the final game for both teams this weekend. So they're going to play to see who can come out of here with a win. Lining up for our first jam, it looks like Gusia will have the star for the Crushers. And for the Rumblebees, it will be Jock Holiday jamming.
Oh, quick escape there for Atlanta.
Jock Holiday picking up lead. Meanwhile, Gusia is still working in the pack, trying to break through the front line here, getting some help from the blockers. And meanwhile, here comes Jock Holiday outside, scoring pass complete for 4 points.
I love that fist point. I think Jock is talking to the other coaches, maybe just the bee. I'm not sure. They have an awesome bee mascot. But I love that motion that Jock does.
I would love if Jock was talking to the bee. So that would be awesome. Hey, I just
bees
code.
Do communicate by dancing.
They do.
The
they
waggle
actually
dance.
do. They do waggle.
So
Yeah, you're right.
That could be Jock's waggle dance.
It could be. So here we go. That jam wraps up. 7 points in total for the Rumblebees. They will take the first points and first lead of the game. Jam 2 going to line up right in front of us here. Waiting for everybody to get ready to go here.
Looks like we have one in the box for Capital City. It's going to be Honey Basher.
Looks like Mac Attack with the star for Atlanta. And that is going to be BB Bombshell with the star for Capital City. And BB Bombshell flying through the front of that pack, but didn't do so in bounds. Going to go ahead and reset all the way back. Atlanta loses a pivot to the penalty box. Meanwhile, lead jammer established for Atlanta. That's going to be Mac Attack. And looks like around the outside, BB Bombshell is able to clear.
Another Atlanta blocker being sent to the box. So now they're down a pivot and a blocker.
Capital City gets their blocker back out of the box. So now a little less place, a little less bodies to get around here for BB Bombshell. And does so quickly, picking up 4. But Mac Attack, remember, still has lead jammer.
Certainly easier to do with a full box.
Exactly. Mac Attack getting tangled up within the Capital City defense. And Mac's going to go ahead and call it. And we'll see about any additional points on that pass. Looks like maybe 1 more for each team. 5-point jam in total for each team. No, 6-5, I'm sorry. 6-5 for Atlanta. So they will take a 13-5 lead. They will field. They're going to have 1 blocker down with the Rumble Bees, as 1 blocker is still in the penalty box for them. Looks like it will be Little Dipper with the star for Capital City, Emma Dupain with the star for Atlanta.
Looks like Emma Dupain and Little Dipper are your jammers here in
Pack moving to the pivot line.
Fell, but kept trying to get up. I do that myself when I start to stand up. And I'm
I
like,
do
nope,
that
just kidding.
I do that on a daily basis.
I do too. You stand up too fast, you got to start over.
I'm old, though. That's why.
Well, I feel that too.
I'm old.
I am too.
And lead jammer going to get established right here. It's going to be Little Dipper. And meanwhile, Emma Dupain is also through for the initial. Pack still in that turn 1-2 area. And, Little Dipper.
Love an apex jump.
You know how you see a Little Dipper in the night sky? I saw a Little Dipper flying through the night sky and that apex jump.
Beautiful.
And a 4-0 jam there for Capital City. Here's the replay. You'll see Little Dipper coming in right here and hop over that apex. Clears it, lands it off on all 8 wheels, and picks up the points. So 13-10 game here in favor of Atlanta now. It's like Gucia back out there with the star for the Capital City Riot. Rumble Bees will counter with blitz.
Atlanta pushing fast to the front of the pack. Got through 1 last blocker to claim lead jammer.
Blitz through rather quickly there, now getting back for the scoring pass. Gucia still trying to work around to the back of this Atlanta defense.
Blitz re-entering the pack now, but recycled back a bit.
And looks like Goose able to get through around the outside to clear the pack.
Blitz still trying to make that first full initial scoring pass, and does, picking up 4 points and calling it off.
So that will extend the lead here for Atlanta, now 17-10. This is the final game of the day here, day 2 at Contenders Cup. We have 1 more day to go. We have set our first, second, and third place games. Those will be played later on in the day, Sunday. After some amazing action pre this game today. So if you want to go back and watch the archives and watch the games that came for this one, you really need to, because they were very exciting, very, very, very back and forth, very competitive games.
Countless lead changes.
Yes.
We honestly, I don't know if you were able to total them up, but
No,
there were so many in both games.
And back to this game here, BB Bombshell with a star for Capital City. That is Murderous Miss Maisel with the star for Atlanta. And Miss Maisel
up against a 505.
Oh, tried to go inside, could not quite clear. That was a block out courtesy of Scarlet Oscaria.
Honey Basher, kind of the ringleader of that front tripod for Capital City.
And
now working on some bridging.
Yeah. With the assistance of a jersey.
Yeah, I've seen some jerseys torn up today as well.
Lead jammer.
You can use your own teammates' a jersey to help whip
this
around.
Is true.
And it happens.
This is true. Nothing wrong with that. And Miss Maisel going to go ahead and reset all the way back behind Psycho Susie.
Ooh, a little bit of a tumble.
And that'll be the end of that jam. Let's see about points. I see nothing up for Atlanta. It looks like a back block penalty assessed at the end of that jam to Capital City.
So I'll start with the pivot in the box.
Yep, that will be number 55, BB Bombshell, as the jammer.
Oh, it is a jammer? I thought it was a striped.
I thought that was a star pivot. From our vantage point, we have a B in our way.
The B is in the way. I cannot.
That is jammer.
Somebody, oh my goodness. Okay, somebody did comment. It is an adorable B.
Power start
agree.
For Atlanta here. Jock Holiday is the jammer.
All right, let's see if we can get Jock through.
And Jock is around. Lead jammer goes to Rumble Bees. And some jockeying for position there, pun intended, for the teams now. As Jock Holiday up for a scoring pass.
I just love, every skater has their own style, and I just really love Jocks. Jock around the apex turns.
And Jock looking for some points, tells the pack to run it, let's go.
Good communication, telling your teammates exactly what you need from them.
Jock dips to the inside, almost cleared out, now to the outside, finds an opening, picks up additional 4 points.
Box is currently, well, just kidding. Again, there's a B in the way. Is there somebody in the penalty box?
There will be in a second for Atlanta. There's going to be
1 and 1.
Boba, that is a big Boba threat, I believe, in the box for the Rumble
We have a blocker from each team in the box at the moment.
Yeah, we don't have a good angle on the Capital City side because of the lovely B who is doing lovely dance moves.
Well, and I love that the B is also a coach.
Yes.
So not only is it fashionable.
They turn 3B.
It is turn 3B.
Turn 3B. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's going to be an incomplete, no pass, no penalty assignment there to Jock. So only 3 points on that pass.
Okay, but Jock will take 3 points.
Yeah, three's better than none.
Oh,
Jock, tried to hop that apex, did kind of stick the landing. Because going to go ahead and call it instead after the initial pass was achieved by BB Bombshell. But
game's still going because Jock was called for a cut track.
Yeah, the jam was not called off. You're right. So BB Bombshell now on a power jam.
So we should be going the full 2 minutes.
We will. Only a few seconds left in the jam, though. So BB going to try to make something out of it here in the last few seconds. And to the inside, Atlanta puts up a block there, and jam comes to its natural conclusion. A big jam for the Rumblebees. 15 points brings them to 32. Capital City on a 3-point jam.
Climbing.
35. They added a few more points. 18-point jam for the Bees. And Capital City now at 13. So Atlanta opening up a big lead here on that 18-point jam. We're going to have an official timeout. That will freeze our game clock at 21:18.
All right, we're going to roll into an official timeout, which gives me time to introduce your Atlanta Roller Derby Rumblebees.
So again, this is a consolation bracket game here at Contenders Cup. We have decided our first, second, and third place games. Those will be taking place later in the day tomorrow. We have some consolation bracket action prior to that.
Starting at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. bright and early on a Sunday, 8 a.m. to get all of this stuff sorted out and see who's going to skate away with the championship, as well as with the gold, the bronze, and the silver here at our first Continental Cup. And again, I want to have a big thank you and shout out here to our friends, Dallas Derby Devils, our host league, have been outstanding once again in hosting a tournament here. Not just one, but two. We also have the MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup going on right next door to us. So 2 great tournaments, 1 building. Props to Triple D for an outstanding job running another great tournament here.
Yeah, it's awesome having so many Derby lovers in one spot.
Exactly.
All right, who we have jamming on this
We have Celerity with the star for Capital City. Celerity is lead.
Jock is just released from the box now.
So getting out of the box now, but still in the box, though, is Foxy for Atlanta.
Jock pushing up against a strong tripod, trying to get through to make that initial pass, and trips up false. Let's see if they can be good.
Just had enough momentum getting up to make that initial.
So good work from from Capital City.
Yeah, Celerity's going to call it right there as Jock was coming up hot in the turn number 1. So it looks like 3 points picked up by Atlanta. By Celerity.
Oh yes.
And 16-point jam for Capital City. Now they have 16 at a 3-point jam. Atlanta with 35. Heading into jam at number 8 here of the first period. Looks like we will have Gucia with the star for the Crushers. Mac Attack will be the jammer for Atlanta.
They are.
And whistle blows. Jam is underway. Gucia trying to get to the outside. Now pushing forward, trying to find a gap in the middle of the pack.
Strong 97.
Meanwhile,
Pika Punch You offering some fantastic blocking from Capital City.
But lead jammer will go to Atlanta. Mac Attack is able to break through and get lead. Gucia still working up front. Atlanta good to swarm back up there. Again, pun intended. To get back up there in front of Goose.
Ooh, now it's like
there's almost a tandem now. Now becoming a brace 2. With one on the side
just like an amoeba surrounding.
Yeah. Almost a brace 3 at this point.
Yeah, there we go.
It looks like Goose takes the cap off. Is thinking about trying to get back to the pivot, but pivot's kind of held up a little bit up front.
Yeah, McAtack able to score another 4 points.
Direction penalty called against River City.
All derby play has to continue forward and to the left. So if you try and push backwards, you're going to be sent to the box.
Yeah, can't do anything in a non-derby direction like that, so that's a penalty. So 4 points picked up by McAtack. And Goose able to finally break through for that initial after a very, very tough sled. And Mac now on a scoring pass to the outside. Oh, takes a tumble. And go ahead and call it right now as Goose comes in on one skate.
Their bench just screaming. Go ahead, call it, please.
Right. So that'll be the end of that jam. Looks like 11-2. Then with a 3 jam in favor of Atlanta. They now have 46-19 for Capital City.
I like how they're just like letting the game play. They're not making too many call-offs.
Well, at this point, you kind of have to let it go. I mean, like you're not. It's not any kind of fault of what it is. You're in the consolation bracket. This is your last game of the day, of the weekend, really. So just put it out there, you know. And we have Emma DePayne with the star for Atlanta. That is Little Dip Her jamming for Capital City.
Atlanta is through for lead jammer there. Emma's about to reapproach the pack, try and get some points on the board, but Atlanta, or Capital City, is close behind.
Yeah, they're going to call that one off in turn 1. And got a few at least, I think. There was like 3 picked up for Atlanta. I believe. I saw 3 put up by the jam ref. There we go. Yeah, 3 points for Atlanta. They have 49 now. Capital City at 19. And looks like it will be a penalty assessed a Little Dip Her at the end of that. So a power jam for the Rebel Bees. They're going to put Blitz out there to jam. So got opportunity here for Atlanta to kind of open it up a little bit here with that jammer off track for 30 seconds.
I always love seeing how the defense then sets up to prepare for a power jam. We see them bridging right now, so they have a goat in the back that they're trying to just hold on, and then they're bridging, but trying to make it harder for the jammer.
The big drawback there, Psycho Susie brings Blitz all the way back to midway between the pivot and jam lines. But Blitz, big hit again. Psycho Susie with the knockout hit.
Trying to look at the number on that blocker. That was
Psycho Susie, 23
hit.
for Capital City on the contact there. And Blitz right back into the action. Gonna go to the inside and does pick up lead. Little Dip Her is back out of the penalty box and takes a spill and makes that initial pass. And Blitz now on a scoring pass, tries to split the difference between the middle there. Gonna go ahead and call it. Does pick up all 4 points on the pass. 16 minutes to go in the first half. 53-19 your score in favor of the Atlanta Rumblebees.
Oh, the bee's doing the waggle dance.
The bee is waggling. So I should be seeing more bees coming shortly. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
To tell them, hey, come here.
This is where the good stuff is.
If I see another bee walk in a bee suit after that, I'm really going to freak out. That's planned. That's just planned. Here we go. We are going to launch this next jam here. We have Celerity with the star for Capital City. Murderous Mrs. Maisel is the Atlanta jammer.
Got some skaters down. Tie-dye Pixie took a spill, but quick recovery.
And looks like a lead jammer going to go to Capital City. Celerity out front. And a penalty picked up by Mrs. Maisel. So we are going to have a power jam here for Capital City. Now here's an opportunity for Capital City to close that gap here. Miss Maisel is through, picks up 4. I'm sorry, that is Celerity, 3 for 4. Apologies. Celerity now slowing down to reach the back of the pack here. Gonna have to quickly reset.
Good track awareness there. Celerity's teammate knew that she didn't need to get recycled back, so just said, come on, hop in front of me.
And trying to break through on the outside. Celerity does clear, picks up 4. And looks like we do have Mrs. Maisel back into the fray for Atlanta now.
Oh.
Trying to go around the outside there, kind of a little bit of a miscalculation. They're going to reset. And Crusher's trying to get that wall set up in the back. And we have another recycle here. Celerity's going to go ahead and call it off.
Yeah, Miss Maisel was up against the entire 4
Yeah,
defenders and getting knocked out, recycled, ready to just take a break, send in fresh legs.
9-point jam for Capital City Crushers. They're now at 28. Atlanta still 53.
So 25-point differential between the two at the moment.
And it looks like Jock Holiday back out to the jam for the Rumblebees. Capital City will counter with Gusia. And, Jock takes a quick spill coming off the line. Meanwhile, Goose pushing up toward the front of the pack.
Jock trying to catch back up, though. Man, this pack is moving fast.
Jock is just
pushing
you watch
them.
Jock is just throwing shoulder, shoulder, trying to just keep the momentum going forward. Instead, takes a spill in turn 1.
But then that body of the defender gives away, and then you fall over too.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So your momentum takes you down. And still no lead jammer as of yet. Jock Holiday trying to prove me wrong, and does. Lead jammer for Atlanta.
Let's see, Atlanta sending their pivot to the box now.
And here we have it going around. Goose picking up the initial. Jock trying to make a scoring pass, does so, picks up the 4 points. About a half track behind the pack now. Coming up is Goose, but jam will be called. So that'll be a 4-0 jam in favor of the Rumblebees.
Looks like we're going to have players from both teams starting out in the box. We have Leftist Chainsaw Massacre, and Boobs. They're going to do some times. Boobs is standing currently and will be released shortly.
So it looks like we have BB Bombshell, number 55. 2 jam here for Capital City. Mac Attack for Atlanta. Mac on 17 points right now. BB with 9. So quickly out front, Mac Attack.
A little bit of 1-foot skating there, too.
Mac
coming out
Attack hits the pack and comes out lead jammer.
All right, they tried to do a whip, but I don't know if the jammer was ready for it.
Probably not. Didn't seem like that was a planned
Sometimes
action.
Your defense just makes a decision. I'm tired of you being here, and they will literally just try and throw
executive call. Sometimes doesn't always go your way.
No.
So Mac is through for 4 points. Star has been passed by Capital City to Scarlet Oscaria. And the pack coming into turn number 2 here. And Mac looking for some more points. Going to go and call it right there, and does. Picks up an additional 3. Yes, 3-point call, 3-point pickup. 7 in total on the jam for Atlanta. They now have 64. Capital City 28. Official review going to be called here by
I believe that was
Capital City. You're right.
All right, we're going to take some time, see if we can.
We're going to see if we can. Looks like our broadcast colleague, Belligerent Bex, will take to the track to get us some details on that. So first official review of the game called here by Capital City. That'll freeze our game clock at 11:36.
So if they win, they'll be able to make another official review request. If they lose, they're going to lose one of their timeouts.
They'll lose their official review for the half.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, technically, since you can use an OR at the timeout, I guess you're kind of half right there.
Yeah. I'm okay being half right
it's
half
fine.
the time.
I'm usually like 156% right most of the time. So I'll take half or anything.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a very good kind of back and forth game here. See? Oh, it's going to be an official review as a timeout. So you were right on that one, Payne.
What?
Look at that. You go from half right to completely right.
Oh, man, and I just fell into that.
So, there's no review, just using it as a timeout. So here we go, off on our next jam, Emma DuPain with the star for Atlanta. That is Little Dipper with the star for Capital City. And Little Dipper is through and lead. And a lot of physicality to the front of that pack as Emma DuPain able to break through to pick up the initial.
Little Dipper. I thought Little Dipper was going to have the. Oh, well, did we?
Just
all right, I think Little Dipper is still fine. She did fall, but she only dropped one hand outside the track, I believe. So technically not out if you just drop one hand.
And Dipper's going to call it right there just as Emma DuPain came into the pack. So that'll be a 4-0 jam for the Rumblebees. And we sit at a nice score of 69 for Atlanta, 31 for Capital City. 10:40 to go in the first period.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this stream.
Yes, thank you so much.
From wherever you are and supporting roller derby from wherever you are. So excited to have this opportunity to share my love of roller derby with you.
Exactly. We love this. We do this because we love the game, and we love to hear from y'all. So if you're watching and you want to chime in, get on the chat. Show us who you're cheering for. Tell us where you're watching from.
We have had some cheers for Boba and BB Bombshell.
Nice. So talking about jammers here, we have Celerity with the star for Capital City, but Lee Jammer will go to blitz for Atlanta.
Looking for a star pass. Oh, and successful star pass.
That's completed. That is going to be to Scarlett Oscaria, who's now the jammer of record for Capital City. And blitz looking at the bench, thinking, shall I call it? And I will. Okay, calls it off right there. So 4-0 jam for Atlanta. That will bring our score now to 73-31 in favor of the Rumblebees. So we're now under the 10-minute mark, 9.5 to go till halftime.
We have a ATL exclamation. We love derby.
Exactly. There we go.
3 exclamations.
Oh, that makes it even bigger. When you got 3, like I take that extremely seriously. 1 is good. 2, I'm like, okay, I see your dedication there. But 3, full on.
Hail Mary excitement.
And anything more than 3 is just madness. Lee Jammer out here for Capital City, going to beat Gusia. Meanwhile, Murderous Miss Meisel is in there, going to get around for the initial pass. And going to call that one off from the infield, does Gusia. And looks like going to be 2 points picked up by, 3 points picked up by Goose. That'll give the Capital City Crushers now 34, Atlanta still at 73. Heading into jam number 17.
Refs have different ways of signaling their threes,
Yeah.
and so it always takes me a second to remember who
back
I'm
fingers,
watching.
I've seen the main fingers, I've seen 2 fingers and a thumb.
Yeah. So it's always, you got to look a second longer.
I think the ones that use the thumb were mad got rid of the jammer lap point a while back, and they want to keep that thumb exercising.
Yeah.
But that's my reasoning behind that. So Lee Jammer going to go here. Psycho Susie, first time with the start here for the Crushers, picks up lead.
Ooh, tumbling in the back of the pack.
Yeah, Jock Holiday with the star for Atlanta.
Jock going to the middle. Jock
Susie
going towards the outside. Jock taking off the star, but going through anyway.
And Susie got around for the scoring pass, picking up 4. And, a bump there from Psycho Susie. Going to call it now. Tried to take Jock out there in the backstretch. So that'll be a 4-point pickup on the jam for Capital City. So starting to kind of slowly chip away at this advantage here. 38-73 now the lead for Atlanta. Heading into jam number 18. Looks like Atlanta will put Mac Attack back out to jam. Little Dipper will be the jammer for Capital City.
Let's go CCC in the chat with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamations and 3
for those who may not know, Capital City, I believe, is from Topeka, Kansas. So they're coming from the Midwest, of course, come and hang out here with us here. And, of course, Atlanta from Atlanta, Georgia. So looks like we have Mac Attack going into the pack here. Going to back it in and call it off. And looks like 3 for Atlanta. And I think also 3 for Capital. Yes, 3-3 jam.
Probably shouldn't say this, but I feel like the penalty box has been very I'm sorry. I just had a thought, and it had to come out. I'm sorry, PR.
Don't apologize to me.
Sorry, teams.
Apologize to them.
Sorry, teams.
What happens now is beyond my control and has zero effect on me.
I have just changed the I've changed the course of the game now.
Here we go. Emma Dupain with a star for Atlanta. That is Gusia jamming for Capital City.
I always get mad at those announcers on TV too, and now I'm
now you're one of them
on a stream. Man.
Don't worry, we've all done it, and we've all had to suffer the backlash from it. Lee Jammer going to go out there. Emma Dupain for Atlanta. And Goose still trying to work through the front of the pack here against Atlanta's defense. Here comes Emma. And the pack kind of comes together right now in the turn 3 entrance. And Emma Dupain is able to clear, picking up 4 points.
I think Eleanor Roosevelt, one of my favorite Derby names I've seen this weekend, is now doing some time in the box.
We do have one blocker in the box for Atlanta. It's going to be Eleanor Roosevelt sitting on a multiplayer block penalty. And whistle's blowing in the pack, so another penalty going to be assessed, this time to Capital City. And we will end the jam there. 4 points picked up by Atlanta. 8 in total on the jam.
Getting closer to the halfway point of this game.
41-84 is your score. That rhymes.
Just over 5 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, so we're getting close to halftime here. Again, it's the final game of the day here, day 2. And again, this is consolation bracket action here at Contenders Cup 2026. For those of you just tuning in, Capital City Crushers in the black with green trim, Atlanta Rumblebees in the white with red and blue trim. We have Celerity with the star for Capital City, Blitz for Atlanta, Blitz out front and lead, but not too far behind. Celerity has cleared the pack.
Pack's moving fast. Blockers trying to regroup, but are slipping around the track. Pack is back a bit, so skaters have to readjust. Quick call off.
But does get the points. It's like only gets 2.
2 points, yeah.
So 2 points picked up by Atlanta.
Rather get those 2 than the other team get 2 as well.
This is true. 86-41 is the score in favor of the Rumblebees.
Something that's always fascinated me about this sport is, again, the transition between offense and defense. And how, yes, you want the points, but you also want the other teams. There's so much strategy that's happening by the millisecond.
One of my favorite things about this sport is the duality of playing offense and defense at the exact same time. Off we go here on this jam. Murderous Miss Meisel is the jammer for Atlanta. Little Dipper is the Capital City jammer. And Miss Meisel is through and lead. And a penalty picked up by Capital City. Blocker heading to the penalty box. The Little Dipper takes off the helmet cover. And meanwhile, for the pack, Murderous Miss Meisel is through for another 4 points for Atlanta. Pack still in that turn 2 vicinity. Now as a bump right there in the front, trying to free up some space. And Miss Meisel going to go ahead and call it off in turn 3. There was a start pass at the end of that jam for Capital City. Did not materialize into anything. 7-point jam in total for the Rumblebees. They're now up 93-41. Official timeout being called.
The refs look like they need to chat about something.
That's fine. They'll have a little minute to talk and get everything down. They're doing a great job out there. We want to thank all of our officials on skates and off all weekend. All of our crews here this weekend have been doing an outstanding job in all these games. So it's a lot of Derby to cover, and they're doing a great job with it all weekend long. So we thank our officials.
I also want to thank our medics for being here. We did actually have a referee. They're fine. I checked recently. We had a ref that took some contact earlier. One of our OPRs, outside pack refs. She just kind of flared up an old injury. She's doing good. She's not bad. But so great having the medics on site. In fact, we can't play without having the medics on site. I love that is one of our rules that we have to maintain.
I also want to thank our photographers. I want to thank our track repair team. I want to thank, as an announcer, I'll thank our announcers.
Yes.
Also thank all of our volunteers, our vendors, everybody working in front of house tables, merch tables. Everybody, there's a lot of people. It takes a lot of people not just to make one tournament go here, but 2. So credit to a lot of people putting in a lot of hard work and dedication to make both of these events happen here this weekend.
And the jam has started.
And through out front, lead jammer. Oh no, Jock Holiday high block.
Yep. I heard a single whistle really fast, but I didn't hear the double whistle.
And lead jammer now will go to Psycho Susie for Capital City.
All right, let's see if they can take advantage of this power jam.
And Susie kind of giving direction to the blockers here, trying to open some holes. Susie, great job digging to the outside, picking up the first 4 points of the jam.
Found wide open lanes through there. Blockers trying to establish position.
Susie again to the outside, gets low.
It worked again.
And wide open lane almost to the outside, another 4-point pass. And if you're Capital City right now, that's the kind of jam you want.
Yeah.
While Jock Holiday now standing, now just has been released from the penalty box.
I think Atlanta is getting a little bit wise now to the Capital City Crushers, but
now the shift's going to happen as Jock is back into play. And now Susie going to go ahead and pick up the scoring pass. Penalty picked up on Atlanta on the contact. So another pass and a call off by Psycho Susie. So that will be a big 12-point jam for the Capital City Crushers.
Helping close that gap now.
Down to 40, 93-53. We are at the 155 mark, so nearing the end of the first half. May have one or two more jams in this setup here. So we have Mac Attack with the star for Atlanta. And it looks like jamming for Capital City will be Goose here, but Goose starting way back.
We got Pikachu, Punch You, and Boba Threat in the box right now. One blocker from each team.
So Goose getting that heavy momentum start there, starting on back in turn 3. But Mac Attack able to get around the outside, picks up lead. Pack still at the pivot line.
Still working on that initial pass for for Capital City.
And Mac is in the back of the pack here, trying to kind of use one of the blockers up front to pivot, try to break through. Could not happen. Oh, big hit in turn 2. Mac quickly back up. And good tandem blocking up front here, side to side. Movement by Capital City. Had to let Mac go. Oh, but Mac gets a track cut. So that means we have a power jam here, Payne.
Yeah. So we'll see what Gusia can do with it.
We will go the full 2 minutes here. So this will be the last jam of the half.
Oh, found that inside line, tripped up, but stayed in bounds.
Because the
4 points.
The period clock and jam clock are separated by about 20 seconds. So we're gonna have, this will be the last jam of the half.
Okay.
And Goose now scrolling up to the back of the pack, tries to go to the inside, using a blocker as a pick. Well, tried to use a blocker as a pick kind of to get through there. It didn't quite work out. So Goose now going to go through the middle.
Yeah, middle worked.
Makes the clearance, picks up 4. And Mac Attack is on the track once more. So that was that technically the return of the Mac Attack. It is. Yeah. And we are in turn 4, heading into turn 1 here. Goose trying to get through this tangle of blockers. Period clock has expired. We are on jam time.
Oh, now it looks like.
Oh, a penalty picked up on Goose. It is a back block penalty on Goose. So power jam to close out the half here for Atlanta, and it will be a power start to start off the second half for the Rumblebees.
Mac able to pick up those 4 points.
And we're now at halftime, Payne Goodall. Our halftime score, Atlanta Rumblebees hitting the century mark, 101. Capital City at 62. Still not an out-of-hand game by any means. We have a whole 30 minutes of Derby left to play.
Right.
Again, consolation bracket action here on the finale in day 2 at the Contenders Cup here in North Richland Hills, Texas. Again, your halftime score, Atlanta 101, Capital City 62. We'll come back in about 14 minutes to have the conclusion of our consolation bracket game and to wrap up day 2 here at Contenders Cup.
Sounds great. See you soon.
Yeah.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.
right, welcome back. We are about 3 minutes away from getting our second half underway here. Game number 13 of Contenders Cup 2026. Coming out of halftime, Atlanta Rumblebees with a score of 101. Capital City Crushers with a score of 62 in a consolation bracket game here. Again, my name is P. Armageddon.
I am Payne Goodall.
And looking at some of the stats we have here coming out of the half, Payne, penalty-wise, pretty even. The total of 26 in total for the game. 14 on Atlanta, 12 on Capital City. Lead jammer statuses a little more lopsided on that one. A total, for all the jams in total, 17 lead jam statuses picked up by Atlanta to 7 for Capital City. Power jams also kind of a little lopsided, but in the opposite direction here. Close, but a little more solid in the favor of Capital City. They have 5 power jams in the first half to only 2 for Atlanta. And then star passes, all 3 in the entire first half, all by Capital City.
Fantastic.
So we can kind of talk about a little bit about what's going to happen here tomorrow. Again, we will start bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So feel free to tune in on the Dallas Derby Devils YouTube account. Thank you again for those who have purchased watch patches to watch us this weekend. We really appreciate it. You know that your purchase goes to help fund these streams to make them as good as they can be. I want to thank our stream team headed up by Evie and Waterboy, doing an outstanding job. Also the crew here at Nitex helping us out with some of the built-in equipment here and this side for our coverage here. Outstanding stream all weekend long. And we still have one more day to go. So let's talk about how we are sitting in the brackets right now, Payne.
Yeah, so starting off in the morning at 8 a.m., like you said, we'll have game 14. And game 14, first thing in the morning at 8 a.m., we're going to be looking at Discordia versus No Coast. Then at 10 a.m., we have Assassination City and Twister City. So both of these are going to be other consolation games. And so, again, just kind of a fun extra derby time, more practice, great experience. And it's so fun, again, having so many teams come from so many different places and be under one ginormous roof for this weekend. So then later on in the day, we'll get into our, at 12 o'clock, we'll have the 5th and 6th place game. So at noon, we are looking at, it will be the winners between game. Sorry, I'm trying to read the
winner of game 10, winner of game 13. So that will be the winner of this game.
Yeah.
Will play the winner of game 10, which is
Fort Myers.
And Carolina. Okay. And then after that game, I think we get into the fourth and third place game.
Yeah, so that's going to be at 2 o'clock. In that game, we are going to be watching River City. Nashville.
Nashville,
We're going to be seeing Nashville and Texas. Mm-hmm. And then our finals for first and second place, that's going to be Twin Valley and River City.
Yeah, so here we go in this first jam of the second half in this game. Gusia and Blitz are your jammers. Blitz picking up lead for Atlanta. Again, Atlanta Rumblebees in the white jerseys with red and blue trim. Capital City in the black with green trim. And through the outside, Blitz picks up the scoring pass. 4 points up in the air. Pack right behind the jam line here coming out of turn 4. Gusia is still working on the back of the field, trying to break through on the outside. But that Atlanta defense is being quite stingy here, not letting them get through.
Blitz so close to the front of the pack, but
penalty whistle
out.
blows. It's going to be a forearm call. Oh, it's going to be on Blitz. So we have a power jam here for the Crushers. And Star back on the cap here. So Hopeless did take the star a little while ago from Goose, who's in the penalty box for a back block call. So Hopeless did take the star a few minutes ago. So new jammer out there for the Crushers on the power jam. Picks up 4. So good opportunity here for the Crushers to make up a little ground as this jam ticks down under 30 seconds. There is no lead jammer now, so it will go to natural full 2 minutes.
Great way to start the second half.
I know, right? Get a full 2-minute jam out of it. And Hopeless trying to get through the inside. Oh, blows through one of the Atlanta blockers. Clears out for 4 points.
Fantastic by Hopeless.
And back into the action now is going to be blitz for Atlanta. Trying to get through on the inside. Whistle's going to blow. Jam is over. And a good jam there for Capital City. Oh, but it ends up being a wash.
Yeah. They were able to pick up 4 points there.
Yeah, those last few points at the end of that jam kind of made this jam a wash here, 8-8. So differential remains, but now the score is 109-70 in favor of the Rumble Bees. They will put Mac Attack on the jam line. Looks like Honey Badger will take the star, I think, for the first time here for the Crushers. So looks like Crushers trying a little bit of a different strategy here with the jammer rotation.
Oh, look at that. She's just driving that wall forward.
Yeah, Mac just sledding on the Capital City defense. Now good tandem work up front.
They're having to bridge quite a bit out of play, so
Literally,
they got to let her go.
And lead jammer will go to Mac Attack. Whistle's blowing in the pack. It's like a track cut call. Oh, it's going to be on Honey Badger.
Yep.
So power jam in play now for Atlanta.
Oh, they're ganging up on the the pivot, Goose.
So 4 points picked up by Mac Attack. And it's going to be, And
Goose is being goaded a little bit in the back, giving room.
Yeah, and it's working pretty well to that point now, but able to break free as the pack kind of reassembles back at the turn 3 entrance now. It's Mac Attack. Goes to the inside. Great blocking here by Capital City, trying to almost keep that edge sealed out. There you go with a little escort block out on Mac Attack. Forcing a recycle back behind Gusia.
Great defense from Capital City Crushers.
Honey Badger back out there for Capital City. Takes a spill. Gonna go ahead and reset. Almost had gotten through.
That was almost half of the track being recycled back.
Yeah, all the way back into turn 4. And up front now, Mac Attack turning around the outside, does clear, picks up 4. And star pass completed by Capital City. Gusia takes over as the jammer. And Mac kind of shoves it up a teammate aside. Says, I want to go right here, move.
Yep.
And gets through, calls it, picks up the 4. So a strong jam there by Atlanta. And they will finish off with 12 points. Gives them 16 points there at the end of that jam. The last 4 gives them 125. Capital City kept off the board in that jam. They remain with 70.
Not important to the game commentary at all, but the B has moved out of our vision
of
the penalty box, and now the B is hanging out in turn 2.
The B's getting one of those really cool Fox Rental fans and keeping itself cool out there. So that is a smart B.
Very thankful for those Fox Rental fans.
They're our biggest fans this weekend, besides our fans watching here in the stream.
And I'm honestly, my biggest fans, or my favorite fans, have been the fans with the fans.
Exactly. When fans have fans, everybody wins. Lead jammer out here is going to go to Emma Dupain for Atlanta. Little Dipper is the Capital City jammer, able to break through the outside with the cap off. So Emma Dupain working on the outside. Oh, takes a bump from Psycho Susie. And Susie going to bring Emma Dupain all the way back, but Emma says, nope, I'm going to go call it that time, so we're not going back anywhere.
Yeah.
Except to the bench.
Yep. Put another jammer in. Let them
Let them deal with that. 3-1 jam in favor of the Rumble Bees. They have 128 now. Capital City 71. Next jam will be jam number 4, and BB Bombshell, number 55, will take the star for the Crushers. Murderous Miss Maisel is jamming for Atlanta. So Miss Maisel coming in with 7 points so far in the game. BB Bombshell with 9. And all 80 wheels out there to start. As BB Bombshell getting tangled up in the back. Atlanta with a brace 2-wall. And BB just trying to sled right through the middle of it. Meanwhile, Miss Maisel knocked to the inside.
Almost cleared the pack.
So
thought we were going to have a lead
close.
jammer for a second.
Almost. Not there yet. But BB Bombshell now trying to take that mantle away. Going to have to reset back now as well. So great defense here by both these teams.
So yeah, we don't have a lead jammer,
No.
right? But
and we're almost a full minute into this jam with no lead jammer yet.
Capital City has disqualified themselves because they're holding
This
the
cap
star
came off.
cap in their
Yes.
hand. So
it's still available if Miss Maisel can make it through, but that will not happen because a penalty, forearm call on Miss Maisel.
And there was a star pass over to Gusia.
So no matter what we talk about here, it's going to be a full 2-minute jam. So Goose now taking over as the jammer of record for Capital City. Gusia working up front now. All three of the blockers for Atlanta trying to stay up front now. One blocker is being goaded in the back.
Final trial pod headed up by Eleanor Roosevelt.
And a good bridge work here by both teams to get back together, but whistle's going to blow for a track cut call.
On Bruce.
So it looks like, and then Miss Maisel now going to return to the jam from the penalty box.
Steady forward movement, a couple trips and falls from a couple blockers every now and then. Now back into turn 4.
Maybe Bombshell able to escape the pack, pick up 4. And that will be the end of that jam. Sorry, that was Gusia, not BB Bombshell. Jam is over. And looks like it's going to be 4 points for the Crushers. Give them 75. Atlanta kept off the board in that jam. They're still at 128. They will put Jock Holiday out there to jam. And one blocker in the box for Atlanta, but that blocker is standing, and that is going to be Eleanor Roosevelt.
All right, both jammers have come towards the inside line, trying to push their way through an open lane, but each lane they try and open keeps getting closed. And looks like we're having some recycling. Jammers roller derby players are very eco-conscious. They are very good at recycling.
We recycle our bottles, our cans, and our jammers. And a jammer race right here, and we're going to say no more to that as Jock's going to call that.
I love the fist bumps.
Little show, yeah, that was a good one there. So I got you on that one.
One of my favorite moments too is that like the jammers always look like they're having fun before the jammer whistle goes. They're like high-fiving a lot of time. Oh look, these two jammers just fist bump each other. And then the blockers always look so intense, and they're just ready.
Well, the jammers are like, they're both probably saying like, we have to get through all of those blockers. I don't know about all that. Here we go. Mac Attack is jamming once again for Atlanta. Little Dipper is the Capital City jammer. And a good recycle here on Mac Attack.
Hands up in the air from Gusia saying, get behind me.
And a recycle as well on Little Dipper. So once again, both of these teams playing pretty strong defense in jammer recycling, and a big block out.
Mac Attack shoved to the outside. Brought back between the pivot and jam line.
That was Honey Badger on the knockout there. Lead jammer is assessed and has gone to Little Dipper.
Mac just has one more blocker to get through, but I can just see number
out.
2. Is that Psycho Susie?
No, that is.
Was,
a power jam going to be in play here.
Ooh.
As Little Dipper to the box on the track cut.
Atlanta trying to sweep all of the defensive blockers out of the way, spreading out the pack a bit, and clear for Mac Attack.
So we have 2 in the box for Capital City. It looks like one is going to be up and returning shortly. That's going to be Gusia. And Gusia is back into play as the pivot, and a slide through the pack by Honey Badger. As Mac Attack working furiously to get through the outside here.
And that tripod's just reforming. Mac gets one knocked out of the way,
and another one comes right back in front.
Another blocker gets in front, but Mac is through for a very hard on.
That has to be. I've spoken to many jammers who I know, and I've asked, that's frustrating to see. He's almost gotten through a wall, and then all of a sudden, wham! Somebody's right back in front of you. They're like, it's the absolute worst.
Yeah, definitely gets in their brain and just gets frustrating.
Forearm penalty assessed in the pack to Capital City on Pika Punchu.
Pika Punchu.
Mac Attack going to get recycled back as the jam will come to an end. And it looks like it will be a 12-5 jam in favor of Atlanta. They now have 140, Capital City at 80.
That was Macintosh with 12 points on that jam. Little Dipper.
And I believe we have Emma DuPain with the star coming up here for Atlanta. And Bibi Bombshell will jam for Capital City. One in the box for the Crushers starting off this jam. And wow. Just like a constant little mini tornado spinning through the pack once Bibi Bombshell picks up a lead.
And I feel like Emma DuPain bumped a little bit, like Emma was getting pushed out of the pack, which then gave a little bit of thrust.
Gonna have an official timeout here for a quick injury check.
Again, huge thank you to our medics being on site, taking care of all of our skaters, officials, and anybody else who needs it while they're here with us.
So that will freeze our game clock at 17:33 to go in period 2. Atlanta 140, Capital City 80. When we get back to skating, it will be the jam number 8 of our second period. And looks like everybody's up and hopefully going to be okay.
Yeah,
good to see that.
Returning to the hockey box.
Yes,
to
so
the hockey bench.
everybody's back on the bench. We're going to get the next groups of skaters out there.
If medical feels necessary, they will go ahead and take that player at least over to their medical area to get assessed, but they did not feel any assessment was necessary.
So that's good to see. Hopefully everything will be okay. And we'll get in position now for jam number 8. Swooping whistle means derbies come in momentarily. Looks like we have Blitz with the star here for Atlanta. Celerity is the jammer for Capital City. Here we go, jam number 8 off and rolling. Blitz trying to just push through the defense from Capital City. One blocker to beat, tries to do a little shoulder shimmy, does get around.
There's Blitz through for lead jammer.
Yes.
Blitz is 2-0 against Celerity in one jam.
And to the inside, Blitz bringing some speed into that wall up front for Capital City. Goes to the inside, makes the clearance for 4.
I think Celerity's still trying to make that initial pass.
And Pat kind of comes together right now in turn 2. And wow, Blitz with almost a swing through there. Gets tangled up and rolls, but quickly back up on her wheels.
It's taking me a second to find Celerity. Celerity does have the star.
Yes. Has star in hand in the back of the pack right here on the Atlanta defense. And trying to pass and doesn't quite make it. High block going to be assessed on Goose.
So while trying to get that star pass, Goose
a high block was committed, so yeah.
Gotta watch them arms.
So any thoughts of a star pass are going to be at least 30 seconds away. And once again, jammers working on the opposing walls here. Blitz trying to get around the outside, going to get shoved out and goes ahead and calls it off. So that will be a 12, I believe, maybe some more on there for the Rumblebees. Yep, 16-point jam, 15-point jam for Atlanta.
See a ref doing a quick scan of the track, looking for any. It looks like the refs have some concern for some foreign
Maybe
objects.
some odd items might be on the track, yeah. So just taking a cursory glance there, making sure.
Oh man, that is so scary. You go really fast on wheels, and then you find this teeny tiny pebble.
Yeah, and everything just goes awry. Here we go, little dip her with the star for Capital City here in jam number 9. That is Murderous Miss Maisel for Atlanta. And through the pack, that is Murderous Miss Maisel.
Through. All right, box is empty.
Whistle blows, track cut called on Little Dipper. Power jam in play now for Atlanta. And now a blocker also going to the box here for the Crushers. And Miss Maisel makes it through, 4 points.
All right, both teams now resetting, waiting for Miss Maisel's reapproach.
And the directive was given to break open that defense, and Atlanta does it.
That was like one-on-one blocking.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Totally opened up a path right there for Miss Maisel, skated on through, picked up 4 points.
Thought I was watching basketball team for a second. That was.
And Psycho Susie trying to do a block out there, and everybody going backwards now apparently for some reason. And a reset there on Miss Maisel. And a whip around using a little hip whip action to get through on the scoring pass. And Little Dipper back into the fray for Capital City. Direction of the gameplay penalty assessed to Capital City. That's going to go against, it's going to be Scarlet Oscaria for a destruction of pack penalty.
I think Maisel picked up 3 points. Yeah, 3 points, went ahead and called it off before Little Dipper could cause any problems for the scoreboard.
Official timeout being called. That'll freeze our clock at 13:57, heading into jam number 10.
Great time for the referees to find their water bottles in the center of the track.
Also a great time to talk about one of our sponsors here, Payne.
Oh, so many amazing sponsors this weekend.
Yeah, let me talk about somebody on my other sheet, because we have so many of them. I want to get to everybody here. Let's talk about our friends at Breakmark. Thanks to Breakmark for providing a customized jersey for our raffle, which we have a really great raffle going on this weekend. Customized Contenders Cup tournament jersey is one of the items you can win. Visit breakmark.com and get your team ready. Customizable apparel that matches your style and pride. Gear up with designs that let you stand out and represent.
On the line now we have BB Bombshell up against Jock Holiday. Both jammers trying to muscle their way through. Jock is able to get through and lead jammer. Atlanta now is taking off the star, seeing if they can get through or get a pass over to their pivot. Jock recycled back a bit, but able to re-engage the pack, but held up, just for a little bit, and through for another 4 points.
Penalty box clears out as Jock Holiday waves to the bench, going on by. Star has been passed, I believe, on Capital City's side.
Yep, Jock was looking to see where the opposite jammer was.
It did get passed to Hopeless, but unable to capitalize on the pass opportunity. And it'll be an 8-0 jam for the Rumblebees. They're at 178, Capital City at 80. Under 13 minutes now remaining on the game clock. Again, consolation bracket action right here. The winner will move on to play tomorrow in the consolation bracket, one of the finals in consolation bracket play. Meanwhile, the non-winning team, this will be the end of their weekend.
Correct.
So we have Mac Attack with the star again for Atlanta.
And
Celerity. Yes. Celerity gets out front, picks up lead.
Looking over her shoulder, though.
seeing Mac Attack.
Right there. Oh, Pack is moving fast.
Creeping up, yeah, fast Pack. Now going to slow it down a little bit here.
Yeah, going to go ahead and pick up 1 point, I think, is all Mac's going to get, or
right.
Celerity's going to get 1 point. Yep.
But that's 1 point more than they had before.
Exactly.
So that'll be 81 now for Capital City Atlanta at 178. Still 12 minutes and change left in the game. So looking quickly at penalties here. Total in the game, 21 for Capital City, 17 for Atlanta. This half alone, 9 penalties for Capital City, only 3 for Atlanta.
That's still nobody in terrible danger of being
not yet
removed from the game.
And
all right, we got Atlanta, Emma Dupain picking up lead jammer.
Little Dipper with the star for Capital City, trying to get through on the outside, going to quickly reset. As Emma Dupain working through on a scoring pass. Oh, gets sandwiched between 2 blockers.
Dipper's holding on to that star, possibly looking for a star pass to the pivot, but pivot is very far away. Oh no, we dropped the star. I got to recollect that.
And star, I believe, has been passed. That is Psycho Susie taking over as jammer. Oh no, tries to be a track cut call on Psycho Susie as the jammer.
Power jam.
So power jamming play here again for the Rumblebees. And Emma Dupain working at the front of the pack. And Capital City now able to focus all 4 blockers on the Atlanta jammer.
Ooh, look at this.
Atlanta trying to get up there to put some help to help separate the blocking here. Oh, Psycho Susie was waved back on. So apparently there was not a penalty assessed. So Susie is back into the fray. Penalty was apparently waved off. and now with the cap on, can officially start scoring points. But the jam is now called.
Yep.
That's usually how that works. When you get that star pass, you're like, oh yeah, I have the star now. And then like as soon as you get right to the back, they call it.
Yeah, it's good strategy to put extra pressure on your opponent. But then again, yeah, you hope to squeeze out at least one or 2
one out
points.
of that, yeah. So 8-point jam on that last one for Atlanta. 186-81 is your score. 10 minutes to go in the game. Honey Badger will be taking the star one more time for Capital City, and that is the murderous Miss Maisel. Maisel. Can you say Maisel or Maisel? I think it's Maisel for Atlanta. Honey Badger is going to get knocked out for a penalty. Didn't see the hand signal. I'm waiting for that call. Looks like it's going to be a back block. So we have a power jam once again for Atlanta. Oh, no, we don't.
Oh.
Or do we? Forearm. No, we're going to have a swap here.
All right.
Honey Badger will get released, and a power jam will now be in play for Capital City.
All right. Was lead gained and now lost?
And lost.
Yeah.
It would be a short power jam and a full 2-minute jam.
2 minutes, yeah. Oh. I love it when the skaters throw their hands up in the air. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me. I didn't do it. Don't look at me. Honey Badger is through for the initial. And Miss Maisel back into the action. Honey Badger tried to step through. Didn't quite make it. Meanwhile, Miss Maisel going to get knocked to the infield. Gets up a little slowly, but seems to be okay.
Looking for a star pass, and does to Gusia.
And Gusia trying to push through the last couple of blockers up front for Atlanta.
All right, Gusia gets through with a penalty being called on one of the blockers.
Pack moving into turn 3 now as Gusia looking for points. Miss Maisel takes a spill on the outside. Getting a reset back behind.
Slow to get up there. I know these players are tired.
That was Scarlett Oscaria with a really nice block out and drawback. And
if you want to know how this feels, we keep calling these blockers the wall. Like literally
That's
go
why
to
we
the
call them
wall
a
in
wall.
your home
Yeah.
and push your wall as hard as you can.
Right. And you
And
see how far you go.
That's how it feels.
Yeah. And do that with skates on.
Yeah, so fortunately, at least with the wheels, they generally will roll as you push, but not with much because of those amazing toe stops.
Exactly. So that jam is done. It will be a 7-0 jam, so Capital City can now officially hop in the DeLorean and travel back in time. They have reached 88 miles an hour. 186 for Atlanta. Bumblebees will put Jock Holiday on the jam line. Celerity will counter for Capital City Crushers. But not quite yet. Team timeout going to be called, I believe, by Atlanta.
So stopping the clock at 7 minutes and 23 seconds in this game.
That is actually the first stoppage we have had in this game.
Crazy.
Atlanta's calling their first timeout, 2 left and their official review. Full boat left for Capital City. This team timeout brought to you by GSJJ. Big thanks to GSJJ for providing the medals for our tournament winners this weekend. We saw them, of course, over the table over here. If you're in venue, you can see them in the table behind turns 1 and 2.
But if you're in stream, you'll get to see them at our awards
ceremony
tomorrow
on Sunday
at 6.
Exactly. Visit GSJJ.com to customize your custom pins, coins, medals, patches, keychains, lanyards, and more.
Yep, so we'll be announcing all of our MVP jammers and blockers, and then, of course, our
medal
first, second,
teams,
and third teams.
Always a nice ceremony and a good way to close out a full weekend of roller derby. And again, can't say it enough, thanking our host Dallas Derby Devils for putting on an amazing tournament. Once again, they've done it plenty of times over the years, and now with a new tournament here, doing it once again. So tip of the hat once again, the Dallas Derby Devils.
All right, see, we got, is it Jock Holiday and Celerity? Ooh, Jock's
A little still there for Jock.
Well, but looked like they shoved their own teammate as they were falling.
Friendly fire, it happens.
It does.
And it looks like Celerity leaning in on the Atlanta wall, trying to go around the outside. Oh, squeezes through. Lee Jammer's going to go to Celerity.
Oh, wow.
But Jock did get around. So now, what do? You call it off. You call it off if you're Celerity.
We don't want to race.
So that will be a 0-0 jam. And the lead remains 186 to 88 in favor of the Rumblebees.
Well, hey, I'm going to take a quick second to shout out our skating officials, RJ, Rough Draft, Catch and Release, Outrageous, Space Racer.
So at the jam line, looks like it will be Mac Attack one more time. 63 points in the game for Mac Attack.
Wow.
Against BB Bombshell with 9 points so far in the game, jamming for Capital City. It's like a track cut call in the pack against Capital City. It's going to go against Scarlet Oscaria, the pivot. And we have a lead jammer. It's going to be Mac Attack.
Oh, amazing hit. 13-12. Leftist Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that was a huge hit. Mac Attack able to scoot through, picks up the 4-point scoring pass.
Massacre in there again. Oh, whoa, just shoved Tie-Dye Pixie out of the way.
And Mac going through now, 2 blockers to beat, gets 1 more blocker to beat, Psycho Susie.
Tie-Dye Pixie not gonna have it. Tie-Dye's gonna get in there.
Tie-Dye said, nope, I'm done. I will not take that.
Star is stashed. Possible, yep, there it is. It has been passed off now.
That is Scarlet Oscaria.
Scarlet Oscaria. Both jammers eligible to score points, so we'll see if Mac's going to go ahead and call it off.
So it looks like that will end our scoring right there at 8-0 in favor of Atlanta.
Just under 5 minutes left in this game.
No, 12 points. There was 4 more on that pass, so 12-point jam. They are knocking on the door of a double bucket, 198 to 88.
It's so fun. We have in-house callers going on right now. So I just heard PR talk about the double bucket, and then I also hear Thin Mint.
You can thank Johnny Pepper for the whole bucket
Talking
thing.
about the double bucket.
You can thank Johnny Pepper for that.
All right, good to know.
And Honey Badger out front, lead quickly here for the Crushers. And also Emma DePayne is the jammer for Atlanta, and the initial pass complete. Jam will be called. Let's see about points. Nothing for Atlanta, and I think they're conferring. Might be a scoreless jam.
Yeah.
It is a scoreless jam. Nothing. So donuts in the air.
That sounds delicious. I want a donut. Breakfast tomorrow.
There's some people eating donuts after these games this weekend. Why eating those? I heard some guy talking about it on Derby. Some goofball broadcast announcer. Anyway, here we go. Little Dipper with the star for Capital City.
Fast work for Dipper. Oh, but
no,
right
Psycho
behind.
Susie.
Oh.
That's the wrong name on there. That is Psycho Susie on the score on the
and then
jam
Blitz
track.
close behind.
Dipper on the scoreboard. Psycho Susie on the track. Jam is going to get called.
A little bit of a stumble, but skaters get up. I love I love seeing the teamwork.
That's awesome right there.
Or the
very quick
camaraderie between teams. And
very quick 2-0 jam there for Psycho Susie. So, I believe it will be Little Dipper, I believe, with the star out there for Capital City, and Murderous Miss Maisel for Atlanta. Oh, they did get a point in Atlanta today, so it's 2-1 jam. So 199 for Atlanta, 90 for Capital City. Jam number 18 underway.
So close to, as you say, the double bucket.
And again, defense trying to set up shop here for both teams. Miss Maisel on the outside, but inside track good for Little Dipper. Lead jammer going to go to Capital City.
Murderous Miss Maisel getting hung up at the front of the pack, sandwiched in between a couple of black jerseys. Goes and takes the star off, but pivot is nowhere near for Miss Maisel.
And a run back here by Gusia, trying to do a run back on the and that's going to be right there. It's going to force a track cut right there on Miss Maisel. So power jam for Capital City. And looks like Little Dipper are going to get knocked to the outfield, resetting back in turn 2. Again, power jam in play here for Capital City. Little dipper to the inside. Going to get escorted to the infield.
Knocked out now twice by Bruise.
And trying for a bump there. Oh, big turn and a booty bump block there by number 14 for Atlanta. That is Gortisha Adams. And that's going to bring a call off right there by Dipper.
I'm tired of being knocked out off
So
the track.
we will have a power start next time in favor of the Crushers. It'll be a short power start, though, as we have Miss Maisel standing in the penalty box. So it looks like it will be Honey Badger, I believe, with the star for Capital City.
Checking the toe stops, make sure they're
nice
screwed
and
tight,
and ready
yep.
to go. Wouldn't want a runaway toe stop just flying off the skate. I've seen that happen way too much.
Yes.
All right, so we are under a minute to go on the period clock. Could be our on the period clock, yes. So it could be our last jam of the game here.
Ooh, it was a close call for a direction for Miss Maisel.
And she is trying to get through the inside, but meanwhile, there goes Honey Badger, lead jammer for the Crushers.
Straight out of the box to lead jammer.
And the pack creeping past the pivot line into turn one. Honey Badger colliding with the Atlanta defense in the back of the pack.
Bowling some of those blockers, but taking herself out in the process.
Star pass by Atlanta. That'll be Leftist Chainsaw Massacre taking over as jammer. And a call off by Honey Badger. And we still have some time on the clock, so if we get, and there we go. Timeout has been called by Capital City, but we'll have one more jam.
One more jam.
One more jam. One more jam.
I love one more
so
jam.
Nobody wanted to go home yet. We have to get one more jam. No, who wants to go home right now? We're playing Derby here in Dallas. Come on. So timeout was called by Capital City. That will assure us one final jam. 11 seconds on the game clock. 20.
Aw, hugs on the jam line. Love seeing that. Oh, I love seeing that.
So pretty much all but assured this is going to be the last jam of the game, Payne. And looks like we will start with an unoccupied penalty box other than the NSOs who work there. Who do an amazing job
NSOs.
managing. Yes, again, always eternal thanks to our referees and
Man,
NSOs.
you know, those poor NSOs over in the penalty box, like, they're the bad guys. Like, yes, the officials send them, but then, like, they have to make them sit there for 30 whole seconds.
Yeah.
It's got to feel.
You are beholden to a clock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's per the rules. That's how we do it here. Okay, lining up. Last jam, most likely, of the game. Jam 20 will be Jock Holiday for Atlanta, jamming against Celerity for Capital City.
Here we go.
And Jock going to the inside. Celerity trying to push through the middle as well here.
Finding a hole, but it got closed by Gusia, but found one on the outside.
Oh, beautiful
out.
block there to take Jock out of it.
Can't see her number, but that was beautiful.
And looks like a penalty will be assessed.
Oh, well, got the knockout, but then
contact,
also
yeah.
a penalty.
So lead jam are going to be assessed right here. We'll go to Jock Holiday. Yeah, hopeless to the penalty box on a track cutting call.
Celerity star in hand, but we're going to go ahead and hold on to it, put it back on.
So Jock Holiday to the inside, going to go ahead and call it, picks up the 4 points, and that will bring us to an unofficial final here. Atlanta does break the double bucket mark on that last pass. 4-0 jam gives them 203. Capital City 98. Unofficial final right now. We're waiting to get that officially ratified by our head referee. And once we're done with that, we'll get that whistle, and that'll be it for day 2 here at Contenders Cup.
I enjoyed that game.
That was a very fun
game.
Very, very, very fun game. Both of these teams. If this score does hold true for the final, looks like Atlanta will move on to play again tomorrow. They will play the winner of Fort Myers and Carolina.
I think that's right.
There we are. Final score wrapping us up right here. Your final, Atlanta's Rumblebees 203, Capital City Crushers 98.
High fives all around as
Yes.
the skaters take their one last lap around the track. See the bee in action as the bee also wants some high fives.
How can you not high five the bee?
I just, as long as the bee doesn't turn around. Oh, now the bee is wanting all the high fives too. The bee is now running around the circle.
I keep hearing Flight of the Bumblebee. So credit here to also to both of these teams, to Atlanta, to Capital City. Hard fought game. Capital City, their weekend's going to end right here, but they had an amazing performance here. We thank them for being a part of Contenders Cup. Atlanta, again, will move on to play one more game here tomorrow in the consolation bracket. And then tomorrow we will also be deciding who skates away with the gold, the silver, and the bronze here at Contenders Cup.
What a fantastic day of Derby. I am so hyped for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
it is going to be a high energy, high-paced.
Exactly.
Possibly high scores.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is not out of the realm of possibility. We will be here bright and early, 8 a.m. tomorrow for Game 14 to start us off. And by the end of the day tomorrow, we will have decided who skates away with the inaugural Contenders Cup championship. Will it be Twin Valley?
I don't know.
Maybe. Will it be River City?
Possibly.
Maybe. You have to be here to find out, or you have to tune in to find out, or just watch it later. Doesn't matter as long as you watch it and have a good time with it. So that'll wrap us up here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for everybody tuning in on the live stream, for tuning in the chat, and letting us know how you're feeling throughout the game, throughout the weekend. We're going to wrap it up here. I'm Pierre Armageddon.
I am Payne Goodall.
And we will see you tomorrow for day 3 of the Contenders Cup. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.